In this quick video, we're going to look at setting assignments and how to review results and provide feedback for students. Now, we need to be logged in to the site as a teacher, which we are, and we're going to be in the Assess area. Click on Assignments and then click on Start from Scratch. First of all, we're going to pick which videos we want the students to watch. We're going to go for Geography, so we pick Geography from the list, choose our topic, and then choose the first title. So we'll go for this one. There's only one pod in this list, so we'll tick the box. And remember, if you want a quick preview, just click the play button and you can preview that pod before you send it. Let's add a couple more, so we'll click the X and this time we'll go into coastal landscapes and we'll pick spits, waves, and maybe a pod on sand dunes. Perfect. So once you've got all of the pods you want to add, click OK. And the next thing you're going to do is add a name for your assignment. Now we'll call this one Physical Landscapes. We can add a description or some instructions for the students, but those are optional, so we can leave those blank. What we will though do is add some questions. Now we can add our own, or we can choose from a bank of 60,000 ready-made questions on the site. Because there are so many questions, we might want to limit it just to multiple choice. And that will make marking much quicker. In fact, if it's all multiple choice, there won't be any marking to do at all. So we've added a few different questions from the list there, and we're going to click OK. On the left, the questions have been added to our list, and you can see that here we can edit any of the questions or the answers just by clicking and deleting and making changes. You'll notice that each question at the bottom here is also linked to the relevant video. This one's linked to waves. If we go up, this one's linked to spits, and so on. And that means if the student gets this question wrong, our system will automatically generate what's called a boost playlist, which contains videos relevant to that student's insecure or weaker areas. That way they can fill knowledge gaps independently, even without you getting involved. So let's add one more question. This time we're going to create our own, and we're going to set a free text question. Very simply, we're going to ask the students to define some keywords that they heard in the pods. And you'll notice that because this is a new question, we need to tell the system which pods it's relevant to, so we'll just go for all of them here. Let's then save and continue. So we've got our videos and our questions. Now we just need to decide who to send this to. We can either send it to individuals or we can send it to a group. We'll do that. So we'll pick a class group. We'll go for this class and click OK. Now, if we don't want the students to receive this assignment immediately, we can click Schedule for Future, but we're happy for them to get it today, so we're going to click on Set Deadline and Publish. We'll give the deadline as a week and publish now. And there we go. When the student logs in, that assignment will be front and centre, ready for them to complete. But if you do want to add a link to the assignment, maybe to social media or to something like Google Classroom, you can always use the buttons here to do that. Once you've finished your assignment, you can then keep track of it in the My Assignments area. Now here we've got all of our deadline upcoming assignments, and you can see here is the one that we have just set for our group of students. When the student starts to complete those assignments, you then have the opportunity to review results and give feedback. So here's one I set earlier, and you can see that 2 students have already submitted, and it is telling me that it requires marking. I can click and see all of the students that I set the assignment for and which ones need to be marked. Remember, if it's multiple choice only, no marking is required. But for these assignments, there is one free text question, which is this last one in the list, provide 5 keywords. So here is the answer that Sally gave. I can then give her a mark out of 5, and I can provide any feedback that I want to just by typing into the box and then submitting it. Now this feedback goes right back to the students and they can then reply. So if Sally was able to provide a 5th word definition, I could then give her an extra mark and increase her mark for this assignment. Once you've had all of your students' submissions, what you then might want to do is get an overview of their results. And The way that we do this is view the performance summary. Now, I've got one from a different assignment here just as an example of what they look like. So a performance summary is a little bit like a mark book. It shows in a table each of the questions in each of the students, so you can get a sense of knowledge gaps both for individuals and for the group. And all of this can be downloaded into Excel as well. If you have any questions about what we've covered, please get in touch with us. Otherwise, I hope that summary has given you a good introduction and you can get started.